This is Dungeon Not Included, the actual play podcast for the adventurous listener. You are listening to our game of Bulldogs, a sci-fi adventure RPG from Galileo Games. Brennan is your GM and host, Frank plays Sticky, Alex plays Graucom McGruff, and Red plays San Ming. Our theme music is by Seamus Ronan.
On the last Dungeons Not Included, we finished mining on Thald. We took another job that was going to bring us to Hakra Gorka, specifically Mount Haka. On the flight, the long flight over, we all got upgrades and leveled up. One of my upgrades was I further weaponized my teeth, which I now plan to use in the arena. We last left off with me about to face off in Mortal Kombat against another person, and I'm very excited to see where that goes.
Cool. So what were you up to, San Ming?
Well, I don't think San is very interested in semi-blood sport. So she's probably looking for... if there's no other entertainment to be found, she might watch, but otherwise she'll probably be looking for something else to do.
Okay. So you're going to sort of wander off, basically?
Yeah.
Okay. And you were placing bets, right, Sticky?
That's right.
Well, I gave you money to place bets. That doesn't necessarily mean that's what you're doing with my money. It's not really up to you, Stick.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I think you're. I mean, it's your money, so even if I make any money off of this, my 10% is going to be very helpful. And if I lose it, oh well, it's your money.
Well, I guess the important question is: are you betting for me or against me?
We're very specific. Yeah, but since I haven't really come up with a plan for us to throw the fight, I think I'm gonna assume you're gonna play to win. So I'm betting on you.
All right, perfect. That's what I like to hear.
Nice.
Yeah. And so you're off placing bets and you're looking away. So if we're in the ring, I think that as we're getting ready to fight, things are tense. And Graucom looks to the audience to see if his friends are cheering him on.
And Sticky is cheering him on.
I've got a bunch of like bet receipts or whatever physical property they get for to represent your bet, and I'm like counting them. And when I see you looking up, I kind of like tip my cigar to you. I'm like, yeah, which I used your money on, and I'm like, hey, you're in there, all right? And I keep counting.
Perfect. I believe that we had said that she had a knife brandished. I was given a knife, but I had thrown my knife to the ground in a display and am baring my teeth. And that's where we had left off before the fight.
That is correct. Perfect. So what are you going to do? What's your approach?
I think I'm going to just go pretty much straight in with my new teeth. I think I'm going to make the first move.
Okay.
So just roll fight on this one, or do I need to roll any sort of how do you want me to go about this fight scene?
Well, if you're attacking, you're going to definitely be rolling fight.
Okay. First roll, it's a 5.
Nice, and I've got to roll mine. So a 5 is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
She is trying to create an advantage on you, however, not actually hurt you. She also got a 5.
Oh,
so
great.
Your attack is successful, but all it does is give you spin.
Okay.
So it gives you a boost.
Is it now her attack? Yeah. I was going to say she gets a fight back, right?
Yeah. What she's going to do is try and put an advantage on you. Create an advantage over you. And what she's doing is, as you came in and your jaw snapped, she kind of stepped back a little bit off balance, but she's going to try and push you forward so that you stumble as you go by.
Okay.
Basically use your momentum against you.
Do I get, when I assume you're rolling, and then do I get to roll anything like athletics against it or anything?
Yeah, you can roll athletics against it, but you can't roll fight.
Okay. That makes sense. Ha! So you rolled a 1, I rolled a 2.
And I rolled a 1, and you got a 2. So that means that her maneuver is not effective, and you don't stumble. You keep your feet, and she's you have a +1 against her this time because
Oh,
of your
okay.
because
Then I'm
of your,
going to
you matching her last time.
yeah, I'm going to go right back in.
Yeah, you're going in with the teeth again.
Yep, absolutely. That's a 4. Come
Okay.
on.
So you
Snapping
go
those
in with
jaws.
your teeth snapping,
Yep.
and
Ha!
she gets a 1. Another really bad roll on her part.
Yeah.
So you
My
grab
teeth,
hold of her arm with your teeth.
which were upgraded to medium weapons last time.
Oh wow. Okay. So she's got to take 3 stress from that.
Mhm.
So yeah, she cries out in pain as you bite into her arm,
Mhm. Awesome.
and now she's going to try to go in with an attack with her knife against you. She did a little better that time, a 4.
Oh, and I get to fight back, right?
Yeah, you can try to dodge it. You can try to block it.
Would that change my which
Yeah,
stat I'm
block
using?
is fight.
I'm gonna block it, I guess, with the fight then. The 1.
Okay. You also take 3 stress, but her
Oh.
weapon is not a medium weapon, so
All right, I'm gonna spread those out.
yeah.
All right.
Look up into the
Okay.
crowd.
Yeah, absolutely. Hands up.
Yeah, Stick is same face as before. Thumbs up, going, yeah, you're doing it. You're doing it.
Mhm.
So she stumbles back, bleeding from her arm,
Mhm.
but nothing serious yet. You were hit with the knife, but it wasn't serious as well.
Yep.
So you kind of
Uh,
break your you break apart, and then what are you going to do next?
I'm going right back in. I'm just he's a dog. He's going right in, teeth bared. Going for
Okay.
3 down that fight.
So
Another tie.
yeah, another tie. So you don't
Snap like past her
excuse me.
face. Don't quite connect.
Yeah, you don't quite connect. Your teeth snap right next to her face. Yeah,
Love it.
and she flinches back,
Mhm.
and she's gonna try uh, to put an advantage on you again.
Mhm.
Ooh, she got a -1.
And I'm rolling fight to defend.
You're actually rolling your resolve in this case. She was making a feint.
I don't have a resolve. Right, it's not one of my normal stats.
Yeah, you could roll empathy if you've got that.
I got empathy. I can roll an empathy.
She was trying to deceive
Aha!
you.
Two.
And failed. So you see through her her false move
Mhm.
that was meant to draw you in to an attack.
I would like. I think I'm just gonna do the. I'm gonna. I'm trying to make an. I'm trying to think of like what can I do to make this exciting instead of just doing another attack again. How do I make an advantage on somebody?
You choose what you're trying to do, and then I tell you what skill you use.
I would like to hamstring her.
Okay, so you're going for an attack on her
Disabling
leg?
attack on a leg. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's fight again.
Okay, I'll roll fight.
She will roll athletics to avoid this. And it's a tie, but a tie is good enough with a.
Also, did I get a +1 from tying last time too? Wish I had given myself a +1. Didn't that what happened the first time?
Yeah, so you have a +1 so that you're successful in putting
Yeah.
an aspect on her of whatever you've done to her leg.
Let's
It's
say
not quite like a hamstring. It's something she can recover from.
something she can recover from.
Yeah.
Let's say Charlie horse.
Okay.
muscle damage.
Yeah. So you bite her on the leg, and now she's limping.
Mhm.
So you have a +2 on your next attack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you need to make an athletics check.
Ooh, against a 5?
Yeah,
Yeah. Nope, that's not going to happen. A 2.
2. Okay, so she puts an aspect on you as well.
Okay,
That
what'd she
she,
do to me?
She rushes forward. Her leg is, she limps. She's limping on her leg, but she jumps off of her good leg and flips around behind you. So she's behind you now.
Okay. All right, so what I would like to do, and I don't know, I guess this would probably be an athletics before I can attack, is I'd like to roll towards the knife that's on the ground.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll. I know she probably has some sort of attack of opportunity because she's near me, but I'm going to roll it. I rolled a 1 on athletics to try and get my knife.
Yeah, it's not hard to get because it's a knife and it's lying on the ground.
Sure.
So you roll away from her and get the knife,
Yeah.
but she's still behind you.
Okay. I was trying to put a little distance between us in the process. I don't know if that's able to happen or not, or she could be right on top of me for all I know because she's behind me.
Okay, so she is coming in for an attack and attempting to use your the fact that she's behind you to her advantage, and she got a 6.
Can I fight back with and give myself the +2 for her being injured?
Yes.
All right, I'm doing using
you
my
could sweep the
+2
leg.
modifier. Yeah. Oh, 5! Oh, so you're 6, so close.
Yeah, but she still does get that +2.
Yeah.
So it's actually an 8.
Oh, I thought that was with the +2. Oh man.
Nope, that
Okay.
was just a straight roll. So
Okay. Oh, gee. Okay, so I guess I'm taking what?
3.
3 more.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm not.
Okay, so you two have traded some blows, but she gets a good shot in on you this time.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to, since she's near, I'd like to throw the knife at her.
Okay.
Would I roll? What would I roll for? Would that be a shoot because I'm projectile launching something, or would that still be a fight?
That's a good question. I think it's actually athletics to throw something, but no, it should be fight.
Okay.
It should
I already
be
used my
You're
+2.
Close enough.
I already used
that
my
it's fight.
+2, so I'm just gonna roll
Yeah.
straight fight. And it's a 1. I throw the knife and probably miss her. And then we'll get a reaction shot from the
Okay.
crowd as the knife goes sailing in.
They're
Yes,
used
it
to it.
A 2.
You got a 2, so you barely missed her. The
Mhm.
knife went right by her face.
All right, cut the sticky. What happens as the knife goes launching into the audience?
So yeah, the knife comes flying up there into the audience. What's sticky?
I start saying 2-1 that somebody in the audience gets stabbed.
All right, I believe it's her attack.
Yeah. Now that you threw the knife away,
Mhm.
she's not licking the looks of your teeth still.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She's gonna try and grapple you.
Okay.
Which is still fight.
I'll fight, and I
Yeah.
will fight back. So 7.
7. Okay, so you beat her by a lot.
Uh-huh.
So you gain a boost against her in your next action. She moved in and tried to throw you, but it did not work.
All right, I'm going
she's
to
nice and close. So
I'm just gonna straight punch her in the head and knock her down.
okay.
So fight plus what for my boost? Oh, we
Plus
might give
1.
myself +1. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a 5. Oh
my God.
no! She got an 8. Those of you playing at home.
Yeah, and what did you get? You got a 5.
5? Yeah.
So
That's her best
it's a straight up
possible
reversal.
roll.
You go for the head, and she basically grabs you in an armbar
Yeah.
and is trying to use that to her advantage. You can still try to squeeze out of that. So
What would that be? Another fight?
yeah.
3 to try and squeeze out. I don't know if that's gonna do it. No,
Nope,
not
she
at
gets a
all.
6. So she is putting a lot of torsion on your arm.
Oh,
So take 3 stress.
I think at that point I have to take a consequence.
Okay, you can take a consequence. You can also tap out.
Yeah, let's tap out. I'll tap out.
Okay.
I'll tap out.
All right.
I howl in pain.
And she backs off once you tap out, limping, bleeding from her arm.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd seems to have enjoyed it. So
How I look up at Stick to see how we did.
you were betting on him, right?
I got sad puppy eyes looking up at Stick right now.
It depends. Did anyone take me up on my double or nothing, and did anyone get stabbed?
Let's see. Let's just roll some dice and see how lucky you are. Okay, so it hit somebody, but they did not get stabbed. It bounced off their armor.
Actually, if I may, someone got stabbed, but it was the person who took me up on my bet. Damn. Wow.
Yeah.
So I make my way to the ring or to ringside, and I pat Graucom on his shoulder and say, you know what? You tried your best, but how are you going to fight when you can't kill?
Yeah.
And she's taking a victory lap around the
Had a chance to shoot her, it would be over.
That's fair. That's fair. Oh,
and then
gosh,
she's
I'm so
now
sad.
at the medic getting her arm bound up. You've got a little wound as well.
Oh yeah, I think we should find some place where I can rest, relax, get bandaged up. I've got these little knife wounds here. Oh, this hurts.
Yeah, it looks like it really stings. Speaking of pains in the, where is San?
Yeah, where is San?
Meanwhile, San, where did you go?
I don't know what's around here. It's been a while.
Okay, so this planet is the home of the Hakragorkans, who are very sort of
Sexy.
Yes, and fight heavy. And this Mount Hacker basically has like tattoo parlors, music halls, all kinds of things. You know, it's basically it's a bit of a party town. The pit arenas are part of it, right?
Mm-hmm. Well,
There's also some weapons manufacturing plants and things like that.
well, I did for one of my upgrades last time. I think I gave myself some knives, if I'm remembering correctly. Like, check my character sheet real quick. So
Maybe
might
you're
as well.
buying those right now.
Yeah, give it a little bit of a justification. Yeah, I bought a knife, so yeah.
So yeah, you're off at the weapon vendor stalls looking at those while they're still in the fighting pit.
Yeah.
And as you are, you've just picked up your knife and are looking at it. What kind of knife is it?
I didn't do any research, but like I think a nice. Well, the aspect I gave it is easy to hide, so something like kind of small, but not
Is
light.
it like a punch knife?
Yeah, punch knife would make sense. Or like one of those knives that's like in a necklace or something, you know?
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
Belt buckle or a necklace. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. I think belt buckle makes more sense for San.
So yeah, you you're putting it in your belt buckle. Yeah, so you're basically replacing your belt buckle and putting your belt back on when you hear a voice behind you. And the voice says, fancy meeting you here.
Son will turn around.
You see Captain Burga Bagul.
Oh,
Ah, god damn it.
yes.
The
Call
Hackregorkin
back.
pirate.
Yeah. I remember.
And she steps over to you and leans her arm up against the wall, sort of next to your head, sort of looming over you.
How tall is she?
She's about 6'4".
Definitely taller than Son.
Yeah, how tall is Son?
5'10".
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she leans in. You can tell she's kind of trying to intimidate you a little bit. And she says,
I will have you know that I do have a stunt that makes it difficult for people to intimidate me.
oh, do you now?
I do. It's called Inner Strength, and I get a +2 to defend against when someone tries to unnerve you, intimidate you, or provoke a fearful response. So.
Nice.
Sometimes even just reason with you rationally.
Yeah, because, that's what Sticky's real big on is reason.
Don't point out the holes in my logic.
Anyway.
Okay, so you can roll your resolve to resist this.
Cool. And that is 5 to her 3.
Yeah, she got a 3. So, she grins a very toothy grin in your face. She says, I think you and your crewmates owe me a ship.
Son, has, stuck her thumbs in her belt on either side of her hips, right? And she's just kind of calmly looking up at Burga, and she's like, I don't think we owe you anything.
Okay, Burga's a little disappointed that you aren't intimidated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with the audience revelation that San can turn into a 9-foot monster using height as an intimidation tactic is not exactly that impressive anymore.
Right, exactly.
Mhm.
A very good point.
So she flexes her muscles a little bit and then says, I thought we had a deal, and I don't like people who go back on their deals.
I recall you saying what you wanted, and at least me not agreeing with you. So that doesn't really sound like much of a deal to me.
She puts her hands up and is like, I recall your captain saying we had a deal.
Well, I guess you'd have to take that up with him.
Sure, I think I will. And she puts her arm around your shoulder. Let's go see him.
San will take her arm off, if possible.
Yeah.
She'll let you, you basically pick it up, with
Yeah.
with a couple of fingers and peel it off of your shoulders.
Yeah.
And she lets you.
Mhm.
She says, let's go talk to your captain.
Well, if you would like to talk to him, he is over at what's the name of the fighting ring that the other two are at?
It's called Bloody Harg's Pit.
Yeah, Son will say, he is over at Bloody Harg's Pit. I was still looking around.
She says, all right. She backs away from you. It's clear I'm not wanted. And she turns and jogs towards Bloody Harg's.
What gave it away? The fact that Son wasn't having any of her shit?
Oh, so good.
All right, San. So what are you going to do after that?
I think she's just kind of looking around at the touristy stuff. I assume like we set a time to meet back at the ship rather than having to find each other, because that would be a nightmare.
Well, you do have communicators, so.
That's true. That's also true. So, and actually with that, I think Sun's going to be like, she's going to pull up the comm and say, hey, Berg is heading your way. And that's all she's saying.
Nice. And then where are you headed? You going to go to a tattoo parlor and get a tattoo? You're going to go to a music hall and listen to some Hacker Gorkin folk tunes?
I think the Hacker Gorkin folk tunes is where I was leaning. Sun's not really one for tattoos. Turning into a monster when you get emotional and lots of pain don't exactly mix well.
All right. Well, the Hacker Gorkin Music Hall is the folk tunes sound a lot like death metal. So
awesome. That's sick as hell.
And there's a serious mosh pit going on down at the front, right, of people just banging into each other.
Yeah. Yeah,
I love
Mostly Hacker Gorkin.
If we could actually like read the
Hacker
lyrics.
Gorkin Dylan really did like jump the shark. I don't know.
Yeah. It was great until he went acoustic. Once he stopped going electric, it was the problem.
Right. Yeah, it's just not the same when somebody's just thrashing on an acoustic guitar.
I love like if like we could actually get the lyrics and it's like death metal versions of Mumford and Sons songs.
It is.
Yeah, I don't think Sun will join the mosh pit, but she will enjoy the music and hang out in the back where there's no moshing.
Okay. There's only mild moshing in the back, so yeah, you're fine.
Yeah,
people
mild
are jumping
moshing
around, bumping into each other, but not actually deliberately hurling their whole body at each other. So
yeah. No intentional bloody noses back here.
That's right.
It's a marshmallow back there.
Yes.
Marshmallow.
Yes.
Marshmallow. Yes.
Marshmallow.
Yeah.
Terrible. I know. Sorry, I couldn't have done that one.
Listen,
I apologize.
I have the sensibilities of a dad. I appreciate a good pun.
Okay, good.
Workshopping of jokes here is just awful. Marshmallow, is there anything there? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that should be what the rest of the episode is. We just workshop jokes about Watch Fit.
I specifically
Distinctly would
dad-styled.
love. I was waiting for the transition because I'd like it if Graucom and I were just there at the music place because we were looking for you, so we just gave her the wrong address. Hi, yeah, no, we're totally into this kind of thing.
Well, you did get a call that Berga was headed your way. So did you leave after that?
All right. So how do you feel, Graucom? Are you?
I think that Graucom has a ringing in his ears and thinks that we're going for burgers.
All right. You know what? Discretion is a better part of valor. Let's stay hidden and make our way to where San is.
Yeah, it's said there's burgers this way.
So to avoid running into Berga, that's going to require a stealth roll. But
yeah, I don't have that.
I know, and people are only as sneaky as the least sneaky member of their group. Mm-hmm. So that's you rolling it, Graucom.
Yeah, I don't even have it as a stat, as an option.
I think Sticky could try to create an advantage to help you.
Yeah, I'm going to try to dress him up or something. Just
dress him up. You throw a dress on him.
It's the scene from, wig. From Ragnarok now. It's the scene from Ragnarok.
Yeah.
So, I rolled a 0.
So, so you get a +2 on yours, Alex, because
I got a 2 then.
Sticky helped disguise you.
Yep.
So you got a 2. Let's see how well Berga does as she's scanning the room.
She see a teddy bear and a beat up dog.
Rolling
she
the
does.
dice, she does see you. Yeah. And she sees you, not necessarily Sticky, because Sticky is a couple of feet below the head height of almost everybody else walking around. So, but the disguise does not fool her, and you can see her trying to move her way through the crowd towards you. She's mostly just shoving people out of the way.
Sticky, that's that pirate girl.
You're yelling. I see her.
What should we do?
It is loud in here, so yeah, I don't think the
I'm
yelling
going
is
to try to create a distraction. The plan is create a distraction, split up, and then we'll meet up back to where the ship is. And that's the plan. Or at least that's the plan I'm going to roll for. And the distraction will be anything that causes all these angry Hackagorkins to be more angry at one moment.
That's generally not hard.
Yeah. All right. Ooh, just a 3.
So you got a 3 on command. That means your plan will give you those bonuses, right? It's 2 different aspects, right, that you get to create.
Yes. And I think do I have to create them both now or when it comes up?
You can create them when that comes up. That's fine.
All right. So right now is I guess
making Hackagorkins angry.
Yeah, angry Hackagorkins.
Okay, so how are you going to go about doing that?
I am going to say I announce out loud that I can't believe they're going to start making us wear boxing gloves in the ring. What is this?
Okay, that's a provoke roll.
Can I assist by arguing back with him?
I don't think it's going to help that much. Okay. So a couple of the Hackagorkins near you overhear it, but most of them don't hear. So they turn and start asking you what the heck you're talking about.
There's a new policy. They're going to have everybody wear gloves so that it's less violent and stuff.
Okay, so they're starting to get pissed off. She comes up behind them, and you can. Are you trying to direct their irritation towards her, or just in general?
I kind of want to make a scene so that people are just sort of sitting around talking as opposed to all walking in one direction.
Okay.
Sort of like when you're in the city and then somebody tries to take a picture and then they've all stopped walking, so it causes congestion. I'm trying to make traffic.
All right, yeah, so they're both arguing, and then you two are going to try and duck out.
Exactly.
Okay. You could roll either stealth or athletics, depending on how you're getting out of here.
Definitely stealth.
And you two, Graucom.
Do I get a plus on any of this, or no?
Yeah, because you have bystanders in the way as an aspect.
So I'll give myself a +1.
Yeah, +2.
+2, so that would be just a 0 then. I only give myself +1. So a 0 on athletics.
Okay, so you're trying to hurry through the crowd, but it's hard. You're bumping into people, and the people talking about this issue seem to be blocking you as well. And Berga is making her way towards you at this point. Frank, Sticky is able to completely sneak his way out with a 4 stealth.
4, so I'm a little bastard that weaseled away. I look back once.
Yeah, you weasel your way out. You duck between people's legs, and you get outside, and you're heading towards the ship, but you don't see sign of Graucom anywhere.
Sent the signal back to so I sent the signal to San that we're meeting back at the ship. I look back at Graucom and I realized that there's really not much I could do, but maybe that 9-foot monster we have on the crew will finally do something.
Graucom, you feel a heavy hand on your shoulder.
I turn and look at Braga.
Yeah, Berga looks at you and says, and with a grin, and a bit of a crazed look in her eye, and she says, "Hi there. I don't
Hi.
know that I ever caught your name.
My name is Sticky.
He's like, you're not going to fool me. I know that's your captain.
Oh, it's San then. San Ming, nice to meet you.
She says, we and your captain are going to have a little chat, and she's going to try and intimidate you.
I'm going to headbutt her.
Well, first you got to roll resolve.
Empathy, did that work or just
Nope,
no?
resolve this time.
That's 0. Yeah, that's just a straight 0. Yeah, okay.
Oh, she got a 1.
Jeez.
So she's definitely she's much bigger and stronger than you remembered.
Yeah. Okay.
And you're thinking about your headbutting her, but also kind of thinking better of it at this point because of the
probably. I'm
intimidation.
also wounded and
Yeah.
And
Okay. So she puts her arm around your shoulder and guides you out of the crowd. San, you see Sticky sort of hanging around, looking back at the arena, and then you see Berga and Graucom coming out with Berga with her arm around Graucom.
Okay, what happened?
You talking to Sticky?
Yeah.
Interesting. No, I'm not gonna play around. That freak found us before we got away. Graucom is just too big to sneak.
Why don't you just talk to her?
Why would we talk when we could run away and maybe crash another spaceship into this planet?
Ugh. Okay, fine. Are you going to help at all if I try to get Malcolm back?
No, I'm here. What's the plan?
The plan is to talk to her about how you lied last time we met her, and we're not giving her our spaceship.
Wait, what? Catch me up. What the hell happened with her again?
Do you seriously not she tried to steal our spaceship? You just made a reference to you crashing their ship.
Oh, that was theirs. I forgot. That was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're going to want a ship in return. We still don't got a ship in return. So what's the conversation?
We're not trading our ship for any of her ships. What are you thinking?
Oh, I'm with you. I don't want to make this deal. I think we should probably just try to steal Graucom back.
Why did you tell her that we were going to do that if we were going to do it?
Well, there are giant pirates who are threatening our lives.
They're just pirates. We took them on and we won.
Because I crashed their spaceship into a planet. We're talking in circles here.
We wouldn't have to crash their spaceship if you hadn't lied in the first place.
You're saying that I'm the one who got us into all this trouble?
I'm saying that we were in trouble and you dug us deeper.
Okay, what's the plan then? You're now the captain.
Fine. Follow me. And she's gonna follow Berga.
Okay,
right.
Well, you catch up to her pretty quick.
Yeah.
She sees you coming. She's like, good. Everybody's here.
Yeah, we're going to need Graucom back.
What, this little guy?
Ow.
Ow.
Yeah,
he's like, I needed a new crewmate. I was thinking of taking him along since you won't give me your ship.
I pick up my paw like I'm about to make an offer, and then I'm like, nope. You're the captain, son. Go on.
Listen, I understand that the last time we met, things did not exactly go well. To be fair, sorry, I'm trying to think on the fly, so I'm just thinking of what to say. To be fair, I don't think any of us came out of that interaction exactly how we wanted it to go. I think if we negotiate now, things could go a little better.
She says, "Yeah, I'm fine. New ship, new crewmate, one or the other. I'm fine with either one."
Is there any possible substitution for either of those things that you would be willing to take?
A substitution? What are you offering?
What do we got? I'm literally trying to think of what we have other than a ship or Gralcom.
I'm looking up and I'm chuckling.
I don't. This is out of character, but the only thing I can think of that we would have that's actually super valuable is our maps.
Oh yeah, we do.
We have arguably the best maps in the galaxy.
That's true. I actually have something that might interest you. We recently went to an astronomical research station, and we have very accurate maps of the galaxy.
Is that so?
Yes, probably more up to date than most anybody, possibly even militaries.
She scratches her chin. She says, "That's interesting."
Wait a minute. What are they gonna do with the maps? Oh, it would be they could just evade capture. They could find new resources of people to raid. Ridiculous. Why would you ever want such a thing when you can have an injured dog person?
My ears fall.
She says, "All right, that sounds like a decent trade. In return for all of the deception that happened last time." And she looks at Sticky when she says that.
I am so offended.
She says, "Say what you want about me, that I'm a criminal, I'm a murderer, whatever, but I'm a straight shooter. When I make a deal, it's a deal."
And I can respect that. So, if you will give us Gralcom, I will send you the star charts. I'm willing to work out a plan to make sure that we both get our ends of the deal, if that doesn't sound fair to you.
Oh, it sounds completely fair if I get the maps and before I have to hand Gralcom back over.
Sure. If you wouldn't mind, though, if you would come to the ship, you don't have to get on, but just have Gralcom outside so that nothing else happens. That would be great.
Okay, Gralcom, are you still basically going along with all of this?
Well, okay, here's my question. Does my countering resolve count as an action for this encounter?
So at this point, the intimidation, you're less intimidated at this point.
Well, no,
right?
I guess my
and
question...
She only intimidated you by a 1. It wasn't like you weren't like super
so
freaked
my
out.
question is, I'm this close to her in this situation while this is happening. Can I just shoot her?
Oh my god.
And use my quick draw?
Well, your gun was
hold my
disassembled, if you recall.
Oh, okay, never mind. I guess I won't try and shoot her in the face. She's right there. I guess
You can always bite her.
Yeah, you could, but don't. Listen, this is the first
No. Honestly,
interaction.
yeah, we're actually doing decent with diplomacy for once. So I think that Gralcom's just gonna lick his wounds for a bit while we walk over to the ship and kind of follow through this, and we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, we're winning with diplomacy, almost like the character whose best skill is rapport is finally talking to somebody for once.
I would like it if we could just make it canon that Gralcom did go for his gun, but it wasn't assembled, and San and I saw it.
Yeah.
You both saw him go for it. Yeah.
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 Okay.
I saw the hands twitch, and we're like, really? Really?
Yeah.
I think that episode, I mean, he probably did it without even realizing it. Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Second nature.
Yeah. So you head back over the ship, and Berga will hang out outside the ship as you request with Graucom. She's not got a. She's now just resting her arm on your shoulder. She doesn't have you in like a tight grip anymore.
Sure.
All right. When we're on the I guess the deck, right? And I'm not really doing much. There's you can do all of this, San. You know the computers, you know the navigation system and everything. And I'm just like watching you. Are you proud of what you've done? Just like are you showing pride in what you're doing?
No, San's like not super thrilled about this because last time, if you recall, Berga was like taking over a peaceful planet and like trying to exploit them, so she doesn't really like her all that much, but she's also not going to fucking lie when Graucom is like in the possession of this murderous pirate.
Aww.
Hey, San, great diplomacy. Awesome job. Couple of notes, or mostly questions, really. When we hand over the star charts for the known galaxy to a pirate known for manipulating and murdering and robbing people, are we going to be concerned at all? Because I mean, if I were to characterize you as anything, it would be as a concerned individual, and I'm just wondering how you feel about that.
Not great, but I don't exactly feel like lying and manipulating a pirate who we previously lied and manipulated, who also has Graucom literally in her hand. So
Fair enough. I mean, just a point, a little note. Take it as you will. We could have maybe offered something other than the maps right off the bat. Like,
like what?
Our bodies in the battling pits, or, we could have set up Graucom to take a fall and made a lot of money that way in the wrestling matches. Just, I mean, maybe we don't lead with the maps that lead to every civilization.
Well, we're not civilization. It's a star chart. It's not. It doesn't
Right, I'm sure
have
nothing
urban
bad could possibly
centers
happen. Let's just send
listed.
it over to the pirates.
Well, listen. If you would like to take over, be my guest.
No. You are doing a wonderful job. I'm just staring, and I got my little feet like kicking off the chair. My little teddy bear feet are not touching the ground, and I've got this shit-eating, undeserved grin. Like I didn't do anything, but I didn't do the wrong thing. And I've got that, that slimy kind of, you didn't make the big decision, but you're still smug about it. That's what I'm doing, right to your back as you're doing all the work.
I'm just not sure how pissing off the person who turns into a 9-foot monster is really working out for Sticky here.
I did not plan ahead.
Are you getting angry?
Yeah, she's a little peeved right now, I'll be honest.
This is going to be great.
Oh.
So do you want
to...
Shall I invoke your you wouldn't like me when I'm angry? Do you have that?
I
also have another idea, but it's up to you entirely how you want to play this out. I think either way will work good.
I would like to hear your idea.
My idea would be to suggest that when we pass off the maps, we also pass off a virus.
Huh. Okay. Does Sticky actually suggest that to San?
I will. So basically, I'm more interested in what Red wants to do for fun. If I won't suggest it if it's more fun to go berserk right now, which I think it might be, but it may not be. If you'd rather us coming up with a bad resolution, because this is literally lying to the pirate, which is what you don't want to do, then I will suggest that out loud.
They're both bad for San, but I think San as a person cares a lot about control. So I think it's less likely that she would like she's peeved, but I don't think this is like lose control of herself levels. So
I'm not that annoying yet, and
no.
You did what you had to do.
This is like her knuckles look a little hairier levels.
This is also you controlling the lie to the pirate, which is going to make you be like, "See, this is an okay lie because I did it."
Listen, I'm not saying that she's against lying. She's not against lying, and especially not against pirates. She's just worried about the risk factor to Gralcom.
So are you gonna try to do that? Injecting a virus into it would require a systems roll.
Yeah, my systems is a 1. I think the goal for the virus is not to like break her ship. I think the goal of the virus is to make it look like the file got corrupted by accident somehow during the transfer.
Lower stakes. It's not so much we're not going to take over their ship or anything, but like, oh, we thought we transferred it, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. So go ahead and roll a systems. See how well you do.
Was this suggested by Sticky?
Yeah, can I do that? A command give her a bonus?
Yeah, I think you actually still have a spare.
That's right. So, the condition is going to be full of bad ideas.
Bad ideas, yeah.
Sticky doesn't actually care that he's endangering the rest of the world. He just was upset that San felt good about
it. She didn't feel good about it. I said good. She didn't.
You didn't feel bad enough.
Okay, so that's a +2 then?
Yes.
Let's see. That's a 4. Awesome.
Okay, cool. That's a pretty good virus, actually.
Nice.
So that is what they'll have to do to figure out that you did it on purpose.
Yeah.
They would have to beat that. All right, so you transfer the file to Berga?
Yes.
Virus included. And you come back walking outside, and Berga's there. And she says, well, this looks very impressive. It was nice doing business with you. And we'll consider ourselves square.
Great.
And then she winks at you.
Okay. And
then walks away jauntily.
Yeah.
After releasing Gralcom.
Yeah. So San will motion for Gralcom to get on the ship.
And I immediately run in and probably go find some place to sit down and just let it all kind of hit me. Relax.
Poor Gralcom.
Yeah. Poor Gralcom. What a day.
Yes.
I can't wait to tell Gralcom what happened. Like, no, you don't.
Oh, yeah. Gralcom is just. I think he goes to his room and he does the circles around 3 times, spins around 3 times, and curls up on his bed.
Oh. Poppy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's a good place to break for the evening.
I think so too.
Actually, I just want to say this was one of our better sessions. I think it flowed really well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Cool. That was great. Yeah.
Good. Cool.
All right.
Awesome.
Later.
All right. Have a good one. Bye.
Yep. Good night.
That's our adventure for this week. We hope you enjoyed listening to Dungeon Not Included. If you did, please tell a friend, leave us a 5-star review and encouraging comments on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever you get your podcasts. It really helps spread word for new shows like ours. You can follow the latest from the Dungeon Not Included crew on Twitter at DNI Crew, or over at Facebook at Dungeon Not Included, or at our home on the Non-Productive Network at non-productive.com. patreon.com/DNI crew, where you can find articles, character sheets, and Patreon exclusives, as well as our latest episodes. All of us do this for the love of the game, but every little bit helps us keep making Dungeon Not Included. Thanks for listening.
This has been a non-productive media presentation. Executive producer Frank Hablawi. This program and many others like it on the Non-Productive Network is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives license. Please share it, but ask before trying to change it or sell it. For more information, visit non-productive.com.